Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to ETS2 Season 2. It has been a while. I think we didn't have an episode last week. So here we are, making up for it with a B double load. Still in Sweden, making our way northbound. All the way to Königsberg eventually. But still a long way from there. By the way, Joffrey says hi. Joffrey the giraffe. We're still using this beat up paint job because I'm still saving up money. But we are good. So where are we going? After we exit through here, we are turning left, and from there I'll be listening to the lady for GPS instructions. Right, and we have currently 33,000 euros in the bank. Not bad at all. But we still have plenty to go. What do you guys think we should do? Should we continue saving up money and buy a new truck? Well, we'll have to buy a new garage first or upgrade our existing one, and then we can buy a truck. Should we save up for that on our own, or should we loan from the bank? What do you guys think? I guess personally I would rather stay with this current approach of saving up money without any loans. I wouldn't want to take any loans as much as I can if possible.
Right. After 50 yards, turn right.
Turn right towards E4 looks like.
Turn
but
right.
It looks like if there is a truck that we really want to switch to, really want to upgrade this guy maybe, I would still keep this one, but let a driver drive it for us, and then we'll get the new truck and we'll drive that. But I don't think there's any truck that we can, or that we would be nice to drive for right now. Sorry, my English is all messed up because my brain is all messed up as well. It's all smushed. I'll tell you more about it because of all the things that happened over the weekend. But just cut me some slack for a minute, okay? My brain is still loading. It's buffering. But yes, we can buy a new truck when a new one comes. But yes, I think in the meantime we will save up the money, and when a new truck mod that is irresistible comes along, then we will buy it. Oh, that beatable, that trailer at the back, it doesn't want to turn. We'll have to be very careful with that guy, because this beatable setup, short trailer in front, shorter one at least, and the longer one at the back. I guess that contributes to a poorer turning radius. Anyway, we'll see. Sundsvall exiting, and we now have a 70 km/h speed limit. Good. So what was I saying? Yes, so we'll be saving up money, and then hopefully by the time something new comes, maybe it's the long-awaited Scania 3 series that is being worked on by, who was it, Muhammad and team. Maybe when that gets released, then we can buy it.
Rotary, third exit.
I would prefer if we buy old school trucks in this series as much as possible, because that would be practical, right? It would be very realistic for a truck company that's starting out, buying second-hand trucks, buying older trucks, and also it gives us those that vintage feel.
Exit ahead.
So it would be nice. So yes, I guess we'll wait for one of those old school trucks to come along. And in the meantime, we can enjoy the company of Joffrey. Oh my goodness. This is what I'm scared of, because this is 32 tons. Protective clothing 32 tons going to Luleå in Sweden. Northern Sweden. Pretty close to the border of Sweden and Finland. Oh my goodness, that is heavy. I am pedal to the metal here, and we are barely accelerating. that's okay. As we pick up speed, we should be able to maintain that for the rest of the way, provided no AI gets in the way and no traffic lights are a killjoy. Anyway, let me tell you some stories over the weekend in case you haven't seen or haven't heard. I did post about it in YouTube, but I have been fully engrossed in Flight Simulator because a new plane, a quote-unquote new plane, has arrived. The Douglas DC-6, such an iconic classic plane from the 50s. And it is pretty scary. And it's pretty overwhelming. Oh, that might be a thumbnail shot right there. And the developer of that plane is notorious. Maybe not notorious, is famous, is known for making study level planes. Study level term gets thrown out a lot, and for those who are not familiar with it, it's down to 70 here. For those who are not familiar with it, that means it is as close as possible to the real thing. All the buttons, all the switches are working, or at least most of them. If you do something wrong, then the engine will fail on you. If you do something wrong, then you will be punished for it. It will happen as is how it was in the real world. So it is very meticulous and you have to study it a lot. And yes, that developer, PMDG is the name. Their name is derived from the acronym Precision Manuals Development Group. And from that term alone, Precision Manuals, it's well, they live by it. So this plane that released, this DC-6, it actually released with a lot of documentation. And by documentation, I mean when you buy the plane, you download it. Inside one of those folders of the archive, there is a documentation with PDFs. 4 PDF documents. 2 of them are tutorials, so around 20-30 pages each. There is an introduction document which is 69 pages long, and yes, I read that over the weekend. And then there is the massive actual pilot operating handbook, which is 333 pages long. And no, I was not able to read all of that, but I skimmed through it. I use that as reference material, so I don't read it from start to end, but I more like read through the essential parts, and then I try to fly it, and then when I have questions, I refer to it. But yes, there is a lot of studying. That's why my brain has turned to mush over the weekend. No rest for the weekend. Maybe that's not how they say it, but that's how it is for me. So I am very tired. My brain feels like it's still, it's like no weekend has happened. And it's a Monday right now. I'm recording this and I feel like I can't wait till the next weekend, till the next break. I might actually need to take time off work for a bit, for a day or two, just to get up to speed, because I really got exhausted over the weekend. It's not only the studying. The studying is tiring in and of itself, but also the figuring out how to fly the plane. And don't get me wrong, I have no regrets. I'm tired, but I'm happy. Yeah, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but my smile is up to my ear. Because that's exactly why I got into these simulators, because I really want to simulate. And simulate I did, and still am. Learning more about it each day. Yes, that is the kind of study level goodness I am looking for. Not sure if I shared, I think if you go to my YouTube page, guys, and look under the community tab, I have a post there telling about this plane that released, and there's a screenshot there to give you a bit of an idea what kind of plane, what kind of aircraft that involves in. And you'll see the number of dials in that plane, all the steam gauges you can imagine. I don't know how many there are, too many to count. I don't know, hundreds. Probably not, but close enough. And yes, I'm starting to learn them bit by bit. But it's amazing. Yes, it's very tiring. So I've been learning it over the weekend, trying out some flights, watching some YouTube videos. That's how you learn. Reading manuals, watching videos, and trying it on your own. So all the kinds of learning is there. Experiential, there is knowing, there is understanding, and there is learning by experience, right? And all of those are hand in hand in giving an amazing immersive feel. But yes, no complaints there. Just sharing with you, my brain is mush. What I mainly also had trouble with was over the weekend, aside from learning and studying and trying out the plane, is of course I'm a content creator, so I want to create content. I recorded some footage. I managed to do a full flight, a successful flight, but without voice. Yeah, without voice. So what does that mean? That means I have to put voice over afterwards. Yeah, it's a post-production. So that means I have to review the footage, I have to cut it, I have to add voice where there should be, and cut where it is not needed. Yeah, so basic editing stuff with voiceovers. And for some reason my editing software just would not have it last Sunday, which is yesterday. It just would not have any of that. And it was pretty exhausting because I would record something, I would do voiceovers, and I would review how it sounds, and my goodness, it was filled with cracking, popping. It's like the audio is getting corrupted. And I did some googling. Turns out that this software is notorious for that. I'm using DaVinci Resolve, which is great. It's a free software. It's amazing in every way. It's very powerful, very intuitive, but yeah, I think the voiceover part is one of its weaknesses. I don't do that often, so I have very limited experience about it. And yeah, apparently in some cases that happens. But I tried it. It really wouldn't budge. To give you some context, I'm recording a voiceover for like, I don't know, 15 seconds or 30 seconds, let's say. So I'm talking, and then afterwards I'm reviewing. And then there would be some random parts of it that would be unusable.
Cross the rotary, third exit.
So I could either re-record just that part, or sometimes if it's not organic sounding, like if it seems cut off, then I'll have to re-record the entire thing.
Exit ahead.
And it just wouldn't budge. But I tried and it really
Cross
wouldn't.
the rotary, third exit.
1, 2. Huh? This one? Did I miss something? Did I miss my turn? Maybe that's why it said third exit. It makes me go around. Might be, huh?
Exit ahead.
Yeah, looks like I went over. Very subtle lady.
Cross the rotary, first exit.
Oh yeah, indeed, I should have exited there.
Exit ahead.
Good. Gotcha. Almost got lost, but not quite. Thank you. Haparanda. E4. Looks correct. Very nice here. And this is exactly why I decided to record this kind of episode today, because this is the best for relaxation. This allows me
Go
to
straight.
rest my brain and still have fun and enjoy and relax. This is the perfect balance. So using all of my brain power, studying planes, and working with the editor, the video editor. So making use of both my logical side of the brain and creative side of the brain. Logical side for studying the plane, creative side for creating the content.
Cross the rotary, first exit.
Can be very exhausting but very fulfilling. Oh, first exit is actually just this straight one.
Exit ahead.
Thank you. That guy just stopped in the middle of the roundabout. Oops, my bad. So yes, both sides of the brain, all sides of the brain are being used, and now I can at least rest a bit and relax, and it is super relaxing. This view, I couldn't have chosen a better route for that relaxation. So happy to have you guys here, and so I have an outlet for releasing that built up stress. It's great creating videos, but it can be very stressful and very tiring as well. Oi! Thank you. That guy wouldn't let me pass. I thought that there was a sign saying it was merging left. Apparently I read that wrong. Okay. That's why I was turning left there. I guess it's 70 here. I love these Swedish roads. Of these, I don't know what they call that. Asymmetric roads with 2 lanes on one and 1 lane on the other. And then it switches to and from depending on the kind of bend. Then you have all these beautiful looking railings. It's amazing. This feels so relaxing, seeing all those lines pass you along. Very nice. So yes, I was fiddling with that editor, trying to do voiceovers and trying to synchronize everything. It was not working. I was barely progressing, and I had to release a video that day. So I recorded the flight Saturday. It went great. I was happy Saturday night. Sunday morning I started editing it, and I had to release that video for Sunday because I did not have a Sunday video yet. And as you guys know, I try to release a video every day. It's just part of my habit, you know. It's a good habit to keep on continuing, you know, some level of commitment. So I am trying to release it for Sunday, and it wouldn't budge. It was after lunch already, past 12 noon, and I barely progressed. And so I talked with Mrs. Clumsy, and I told her this is not working. We both need a break, and she was stressed on her own for very different reasons, but we were both stressed. And during those times, I know, based from experience, sometimes it's just not going to work if you just try to push it, you know, just power through it, but there is a limit to that powering through, and at some point you have to know when to say we need a break. Sometimes the best thing is to step away, you know, recharge, look at it from a different perspective and all that stuff. So we took a break, had some ice cream to cheer us up, watched our series, the series that we're currently watching. We are watching Grey's Anatomy, and if you guys are familiar with that series, that's a very long series, lots of seasons. So still plenty of seasons to go. But yeah, so we watched. It took our mind off of the things that we were stressing about. Got about an hour of downtime. And then afterwards, I started thinking about, again, after that short break, I started thinking,
Cross the rotary, 3rd exit.
What I could do to stay in the inner lane here. Sorry. And then move to the outside.
Exit ahead.
So after that break, I started thinking of what I can do. So I know now, and I've accepted that I cannot use the editor. It wouldn't be reliable and stuff like that. And so I started thinking of alternatives. And afterwards, it was quite easy to think of an alternative plan, you know, once I stepped back and really took some time to think of it, instead of just trying to push it through, powering through all the way. Sometimes it's best to approach a problem from a different angle. So I had a plan in place, then I set the recording again around 2 p.m. maybe. And I tried doing voiceovers again, so I gave the software one last try, one last chance. Oh, looks nice. Let's take a photo here later. So I gave the software one last chance to fix itself. Tried the voiceover. It seemed like it was working. Tried a couple more. For the most part, it worked. Barely any corruption.
Cross the rotary. First exit.
And eventually, I was just able to use it the same way. So basically, I didn't have to do anything different. I just gave myself a rest. I just gave the PC itself a rest. Did a couple of restarts along the way. Because initially, when I was trying to power through it, I tried restarting, nothing changed. And that's when I stepped back and, okay, this is not working. I need a break, maybe it needs a break. And apparently it did. Because after that, it worked.
Rotary. Second exit.
Second, thank you. And it was
ahead.
Might have approached that a bit too fast. And it was amazing, my goodness. After I took a step back, took time to recharge, to consider the new environment, to replan, and then I stepped back in to do it. My goodness, it was silky smooth. So I started around 2 p.m. I was done by around 4 p.m. Editing, doing voiceovers, and all that stuff. And I was able to record a render and then upload it in time for that video yesterday. So if you watched it, then hope you enjoyed it. Maybe if you haven't, give it a try. Sorry. Give it a try and let me know what you think. But yes, just maybe a bit of context would help appreciate that video more. Blood, sweat, and tears on that one. It's not often that I take such a long time to record these videos, because if I did, then I wouldn't be able to do that daily. But for the DC-6, I make an exception for that plane. It was worth the effort. Yeah, I'm still tired. My goodness, it was super tiring. But yes, I'm happy, and I am fortunate that it worked out in the end. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I was so tired that I even posted about it in the Discord, sharing to people how tired I was, and that video took the entire day. So if you're not in Discord yet, feel free to join. The link is not available publicly, but if you email me at theclumsygeek@gmail.com, I'll give you the link. It's a bit more of a closed group in a way, because I would like that people
Keep right.
there.
After 50 yards, go straight.
50 yards, go straight. Okay.
Go straight.
Because I would like as much as possible that the people who join are the people who are really interested, you know. Because normally, my impression is if you have a Discord link that is publicly available, anyone can click on, then anyone can join. But some people, they maybe just want to take a peek, you know, have a look, and then drop off, or just take a peek and then stay away from it forever, you know. I would want some level of like a filtering in there. So if you're part of the community and if you want to get more involved, then all it takes is for you to email me, and then I will happily share with you the link. And with that, we know that you really want to be in the community, you know. It's not just like a random thing that you can click on. So a bit more purposeful is what I mean. But yes, there is no paywall or anything, so you are more than welcome to join. Of course, the patrons, the subs, they have their own benefits. More emotes, direct uploads and whatnot, access to a specific, an exclusive channel for the bros, the patrons and subs. And and server boosters. But overall, that is accessible to everyone who is willing to join. That's where I share most of my stuff. Share updates, frustrations, successes. That's where I spam the updates. If you want more news, then join that one. But yes, this is why I can barely form words. Sorry about that, guys, but thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and it's nice to have this outlet, and it's also great. Sometimes I wonder about the direction of the channel. Maybe I should do only trucks. Maybe I should do only planes. Don't worry, that's not going to happen. But yes, this is just a perfect example of the importance of having that mixed thing, you know. And I get that some people have a focus, really sticking to only one simulator, sticking to only one genre.
First exit.
For me, I'm sticking to two simulators, truck sim and flight sim for the most part. Maybe from time to time bus sims. But yeah, it's
Exit ahead.
This is the perfect example why I want to keep both sims, because even though they are both quote-unquote simulators, they are very different in terms of the experience they give. They are very different in terms of the level of involvement you need to have. It's like being in a flight sim can almost be like a full-time job of its own in a way, something like that. And I can understand some people don't like that, because you work hard the entire day, and then you go, and after you go home, after you get off from your job, you read a 333-page manual. It's not very entertaining for some people, but for some it is, and I'm one of those. But it is tiring. No matter how fun it is tiring. And so a great balance is to have trucks as well, because with trucking, at least in this simulator, it's more the chill vibes, right? Don't have to fiddle with buttons a lot, just have to start the engine, and maybe if you have like an automatic transmission, then just put it into gear, step on the accelerator, and get immersed in the world. Start enjoying, appreciating the sounds, and going wherever you need to go, following the GPS, following the voice, following the traffic signs, staying away from AI. But all in all, it's a very relaxing, very cathartic experience. And that's something, that balance is the perfect harmony I had in mind, and I wasn't able to prove that until today. Like, I was super excited with the DC-6. I still am, but my brain just cannot handle it anymore. I need to take a break, and truck sim is the best for that. And I can definitely understand, like, people hard at work, and then after a hard day's work, you step into your truck sim and just enjoy, drive. Minimal, minimal processing needed. Your brain can relax for the most part, especially once you've gotten used to driving already. Most of it can be kind of autopilot, habitual, so your brain can take its much needed rest. It can be enjoyable as well. 1 second, let me double check. Okay, so I wasn't sure if you needed to turn right there. But yes, this is exactly the experience I was hoping for. My goodness, I couldn't have chosen a better game, a better sim. Couldn't have chosen a better series to record today. This is exactly the purpose of this Let's Play Season 2 series. Building towards something, all in a super relaxing fashion. And I really hope that the kind of relaxation that this is giving me right now, that kind of experience, that outlet that I so badly needed, I hope you guys are getting that too from this one. So that is the goal. That is the goal. We have plenty of stressors enough already in the real world. So getting that outlet here after a hard day's work, after a tiring day at the office, at school, or with other responsibilities, being able to unwind and enjoy this scenery, enjoy the driving, feeling, hearing that engine roar, and getting immersed with the world itself, the sounds, the sights. That is the perfect balance, harmony. Did you guys know, and I only recently learned this, harmony, or maybe harmonics, one of those, or maybe both, is a term that is also used in aviation, and it's something that is applicable in the DC-6, that plane I'm studying right now. Engine harmonics. But for that particular concept, this harmonics thing, apparently it's not a good thing in planes, because it's the range of the engine in the planes where it is its most unstable. Speaking of unstable, looks like AI is having a hard time merging in there. Okay, there you go. Let's see that in action. Oh yeah, no one is wanting to give way to each other. Yeah, case in point. Is that guy a Renault? No comment. Alright. Just don't crash into me and we're all good. Okay, thank you. Are we turning right? No, we're going straight. But yeah, the engine harmonics is that range where in the DC-6 specifically, it's very interesting because think of the RPM. So we have the RPM here, right? When you get to the 1250 RPM to around 1500 or 1600 RPM, 1250 to 1600, when your RPM is in that range, in that plane, everything shakes violently. The entire cockpit shakes, like everything is unstable. And that is amazingly simulated. If you watch the video from yesterday from the DC-6, you'll see that as I taxi, as I take off, as I reach those levels, those RPMs, you'll see the cabin shaking, everything, all the metal panels trying to run away from each other. It's just amazing. It's not good in real life, but in the simulator, it's such an amazing thing to see. Oh my goodness. And yeah, the sound of those radial engines. The engines of that plane, they are piston engines, so I guess the overall, the basic, the fundamentals, the concepts are the same as what we have for trucks and car engines, right? Because it's a piston engine. So you have cylinders, but it's a radial engine. And so it has...
Left.
Oh, keep left? Okay. Like a star-shaped cylinder. So imagine you have like inline cylinders, right? That's all the cylinders are in one straight line. Or a V, like when you have a V8, right? Because the cylinders are shaped like a V. This one is a radial engine because the cylinders are shaped like a star. Imagine looking at the engine from the front view and drawing a star, and each point of that star is where the cylinders are at. And when the pistons move, they move towards the center and then away from the center, all in their directions. Yeah, so you kind of like have this star building up there. Oh, this is the thumbnail.
Keep right.
Bridge and bridge. Awesome. That's the thumbnail right there for sure. So imagine that's the radial engine. This DC-6, each engine, so you have that radial star-shaped cylinder pattern. It has 9 cylinders in 2 rows. of these 9 cylinders, if I remember it correctly. Alex shared a picture of how an engine, each of those engines look like. So in total, how many is that? Go do maths with me. Maths with Clumsy. 9 cylinders in front, 9 cylinders at the back. You have 18 cylinders. That's one engine.
Cross the rotary. Third exit.
That's one engine, guys. It has 4. So, more maths with Clumsy. 18 times 4. 1 second. Was it the second exit? I was too busy telling stories.
Exit ahead.
Okay, I was waiting for the exit ahead. 18 times 4, guys. 18? 36? Oh my goodness, I don't know. 36 times 2, 72. Is that the right one? Yes, I think so. Right? 18 times 2, 36 times 2. 72 cylinders all in all. And how many cylinders do we have in a truck? I don't know, 8 maybe. 12 for the biggest maybe. So yes, it's a massive mechanical beast from the 1950s, more or less. 72 cylinders. And from what I've heard, each engine is capable of producing 2,500 horsepower. Multiply that by 4 and you have a humongous chunk of
Cross
metal
the rotary. Third exit.
aiming at you, traveling with how many? 10,000 horsepower. That seems like something
Exit
you would
ahead.
use for cheating, right? 10,000 horsepower. But yeah, it's what
After
the real plane
100
has.
yards, turn left.
Piston engine.
Turn left.
Okay, this is where we deliver. Nice. Piston engine, goodness. And you can imagine the sounds on
You
those.
have reached your destination.
If we enjoy the sounds of the V8, right? Because they are more, give you more oomph. How about a V72? Or a star 72 for that matter. Star 18 times 4. Yeah, super cool. But yes. So, check it out. Check out the video. Check out my blood, sweat, and tears. And hope you enjoy. If not for the plane, the aviation itself, and then just for the engine sound. It's amazing. I'll be flying more of that more in the future for sure. Wow, we actually arrived. Alright, Joffrey, good job. Looks like it's chilling there. 456 kilometers went by without me noticing. This was very cathartic for me. Such a nice experience. I was very stressed out a while ago, very exhausted. And now I'm feeling super fresh. So thank you guys for listening. Always enjoy these videos. Hope you enjoy them too. Thank you for watching. Train! Have a good one, Clumsy Trucking. And catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.